Hello, everyone. My name is Andreas Achilleos, and I am the financial analyst of Moving Doors. First, let me tell you how the idea of Moving Doors came to life. Our two co-founders, Yannis Christodoulou and Dimitris Papadopoulos, identified that there was a clear mismatch between what the tenants were actually looking for and what the market had to offer. The market offered fixed terms, unfurnished and unequipped flats, which meant that the tenant will have to put up money and time to furnish those units. There was no availability for online bookings and viewings, and of course, no support post-entry of the apartment. That's where Moving Doors steps in and offers flexible tenancies ranging from a few days to months, turnkey offering, meaning fully furnished and equipped units, availability for 3D viewings and online bookings, and our tech-enabled 24/7 ongoing support. So what do we do in 3 simple steps? We lease, furnish and equip, and then sublease for a profit. Our business development team identifies opportunities in prime locations and secures long-term leases, usually between 3 and 5 years. Then our in-house interior designing team furnish and equip those units and brings them up to what we like to call the Moving Door standard. And subsequently, our commercial team sublease those units for a profit. We make a profit on the difference between what we collect, the rent we collect from the tenant, and the lease expense we pay to the landlord. Our journey so far. Our journey began in Cyprus in February of 2022 with just a single unit. In January 2024, we concluded our first funding round by raising 1.2 million euros. Shortly after that, in August 2024, after partnering with Crowdbase, Phrixos is here with us today as well, we raised 430,000 through our crowdfunding campaign. In October 2024, shortly after onboarding our current CEO, Thanos Geramanis, we launched our operations in Athens. And we began our participation in the Elevate Bootcamp in November 2024. This is our first unit. It's a 2-bed in Limassol. And from the before and after picture, you can see the value that we bring and how our business model works. So, value proposition, both for the landlords and the tenants. For the landlords, we offer guaranteed income without any rental gaps, meaning that even if the property remains vacant, the landlord is still going to get paid. We offer long-term contracts and a hassle-free experience for every landlord. We handle everything. For tenants, we offer flexible contracts, availability for online booking, 24/7 online support, and our high design standards, as you saw previously. Now, let's get to the numbers, some of our key highlights. We closed March 2025 with 600,000 in monthly recurring revenue. 30% of that is our gross profit. These two figures are being generated by 396 operational units, and our occupancy rate is quite high at 96%. Our average rent-in is 1.6K, and the average rent-out 1.1K, which approximately net of 500K per month per unit. Our average capital expenditure per unit for a standard 2-bed, it's close to 7.6K, which makes the payback period approximately 15 months. Average tenancy fluctuates throughout the year due to seasonality, with the summer months being lower and then ramping up, but the average is approximately 7 months throughout the whole year. Now, for Elevate Bootcamp and what it did for us. First of all, investor training. From pitch training to storytelling, it allowed us and prepared us to communicate effectively to potential investors. For strategic structure, it gave us a focus framework to work on, and we identified 3 main pillars that needed more our focus. That being finance, operations, and growth. And finally, the valuable network, being surrounded by like-minded individuals and driven founders, create a culture of encouragement and accountability for our company. This is our team. Thanos Geramanis is our current CEO, who is currently leading the operations in Athens. Dimitris Papadopoulos and Yannis Christodoulou are 2 co-founders. Kyrillos Sechata, the COO of the company, and George Hadjivarnava, our tech guy and co-founder. Thank you very much for your time. Please let me answer any questions you may have.